Hello, my people of the sign of Scorpio. So, something really weird happened. I recorded the Scorpio and the Pisces readings, and the English Scorpio and the Spanish Pisces didn't record. I mean, I have a camera here, I have a program here, and it's not like if it's one thing that, like, I can tell if something's not recording, yet it didn't record because this thing literally is counting down when it's recording. So I know it's recording. And tell me how it didn't record. So, anyways, I think it was a sign for me that the last three signs that I had to do, that was Aquarius, Pisces, and Scorpio, shouldn't come out until after the full moon. And so, thus this situation. So let's find out what we have to tell you at this time. Again, this is not going to have a title because I just want it to be those people that are supposed to hear the message that are going to receive it. I heard you need three. Ooh, that's a whole mess. They said no. Wait a second. And they said they wanted that one. There goes the third. Okay, so the astral house that we're going to be talking about is marriage. Now, this doesn't accident. It can be marriage. Okay, so if you're married, this is important, or if you're going to be married, this is important. But this is also agreements. So this can be a new job. This can be um, an agreement you make with another person. This can be even just a trip that you're going to plan with a person. That's a commitment. It's anything that creates a commitment where you're tied to it until the commitment is over. That's what we're talking about. Okay. The next thing after that is the harp. And this says great happiness. Okay. And then I don't understand why, but when I saw that, I heard the lure. I like the lure, like the lure, because it sounded like I said one word. And it's like the thing that is drawing you near, and it feels like a siren call. I don't understand how I'm hearing this, like a siren call, like a ship with sailormen, and then they're hearing the mermaids and the sirens calling out to them, and then they're wanting to throw themselves in that ocean to their death, kind of thing. And then after that, we have the energy of the shark. Take care, or there will be great material loss. So um I feel like there's something you're agreeing to that feels and sounds really, really good. And it's no bueno. And so tell me about this great happiness. And tell me about the shark. Okay. Marriage. I got a rune for the marriage. It's this rune right here. And so let me look it up because that's the way I roll. And this is Urus. And Urus is the strength. See, this is interesting because for me, the strength card and the energy of the strength is, it's kind of telling you that a energy inside of you that activates your need to survive, your will to live, your will to achieve, your will to thrive is going to be activated. So that means a difficult time that activates your strength and shows you how strong you are. I don't like that. But you have to take it as it resonates. This and sometimes the world is not just butterflies and rainbows, and sometimes they kind of fucking suck. Let's just be honest. So I'm taking the energy from me, the one closest to me, which you can see here, all the way to the one farthest away from me. Okay. And the closest to me are the events that are happening closest, and then they progress to the future, right, which is the one farth. And this is all about the harp, the lure that is calling you near. And the first thing that you have is friendly, right? In the back it says friendly, in the front it says the sign of Aquarius. So the thing about Aquarius, the shadow aspect of Aquarius is this energy of desiring to fit in so much that they change and they become a chameleon to be accepted by a community. So that's like a false star. And then the real star is the energy where you are who you are and you shine how you shine. And if you like it or you don't like it, I'm still going to be my star. So those are the light and the dark aspect of this. And I feel the lure, the thing that is drawing you close to this energy, Scorpio, is the fact that It's friendly, it's kind, it seems like you is shining in such a way that makes you feel like this is an actual good thing. And then it continues to imaginary. And imaginary is here, and it turns over to the sign of Cancer. And this is very significant because currently we are very strongly influenced by the sign of Cancer. Cancer is whirling all over the place, is being influenced by so many things like Jupiter. And and this is all about um, the energy of Cancer is all about the root chakra. This is me and how they channeled it to me, the root chakra. And it's talking about where you're going to create roots and foundations that will establish the life that you want. And so, what I'm seeing is that you're being lured by friendship, by kindness, by goodness, and you're being lured there so that you can plant your seed there and you can create roots there and that you can grow there. Then we have the energy of Taurus. And the energy of Taurus is interesting because the energy of Taurus is that the energy for me of the golden calf. Not everything that shines is gold. I just keep hearing that in the back of my head. And I'm hearing the energy of the golden calf. And so this is like a false God, a false belief, a false truth. This thing is going to save you. It's going to help you. It's going to protect you. It's going to take you where it has to be. If you pray to it, if you give it loving attention, if you tend to it, you will see in a future that you cannot see at this moment. Oh, I'm hearing snake oil at this moment right now, but I swear it's actually happening. You will be amazingly happy. Okay. Then we have the energy of the rope and the anchor. And then when you go in that direction, you're going to get pinned down. You're going to be docked, right? I just heard docked. I seeing like ocean. I keep seeing boats. And it's kind of like, then when you agree to this, it's kind of like the now I don't know, the anchor goes down into the ocean and now you can't move. You're just doing circles in the same spot. And then the problem is that right next to it, because this is equal to, it created like a T kind of formation, next to the anchor is the parrot. And so in this deck, we have a parrot and it says, be careful because somebody is talking about you, right? But in this case, I feel like you're going to realize that this person just repeats everything you want to hear, everything you want. But this person doesn't have the capacity in any way, shape, form, energy, and frequency. This, I'm saying person, but it can be an organization, this group, this place you're signing up for, this church, this religion, this school. It doesn't matter. It's talking the talk, just squawking whatever it is that they hear from the collective that people want to hear. They hear from you that you want to hear, but you're going to realize that they're just as stuck as you are. They're not moving. They're doing the same thing, you know? And then we go to the shark where we had this energy of the fairy with the star. Do you see the star? That goes back to Aquarius, right? Back here behind the fairy. Looking down in the world on the moon. And it feels like then what happens is that you're going to feel that the life that you wanted is so far away because you're stuck in the delusion and the illusion of where you believe was your happily ever after. And then we have the energy that comes from the distance here, and we have charming in the back, and in the front we have the energy of Libra. And I feel like the lesson of this entire experience is that not everything that shines is gold. Not everything that seems sweet and compassion is actually that. Not everything that promises things will deliver. And sometimes our job is to stop looking for something external that is actually present internally. And so you're going to continue to find these types of people and these types of situations until you stop looking out and you start looking in. Oh, I just heard no, wait a second. I want to see, because let's be honest, this person is not the root of all evil. This person or this situation is a catalyst to what you are yourself, because you also are looking for a savior. You also are looking for something that's going to fix everything. You also are looking for the snake oil because you know that the other route is so hard. It's so much work. And so let's look for the snake oil. The snake oil goes, it gives you miracles, and you don't have to change your diet, and you don't have to change the way you're doing things, and you don't have to change anything. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper. We have this saying in Spanish that says, lo barato sale caro. And that's what I'm feeling with this, because it's like, this is cheap, but it's going to cost you so much more. Um, Tell me more on this. The cup that's offering you absolutely everything, that you're going to get all your dreams and desires, is leading you to death. The story seems, I like it when the cards confirm things to me. I know that when I get like the initial download of the reading, um, these tarot and all the extra little things are just to refine the message so it can hit home for you and you can understand like how this fits in your life. And that's why I do the tarot afterwards, because I feel like this will give you the opportunity to see that the message is the same no matter how you turn this tortilla, right? And I think the reason I'm saying that is because there might be people out there that keep trying to find that one person that's going to side with them, that's going to tell them what they're doing is right, and they're just a poor little innocent child in this world, and that everybody's just sharks all around them, and everybody's evil, and everybody's a narcissist, and it's not your fault, it's just theirs. This year is the year of accountability. This is the year of taking responsibility. So that means just as much as the shark is the problem, the person that goes inside shark infested waters is the problem too, because nobody told you to get in that. And there was something in that shark infested water that looked so alluring to you, because I keep seeing the lure, the lure. I just keep hearing the lure, the lure, the lure. It smelled the way you want it, looked the way you want it, tasted the way you want, and it was easy because it's just right there. So you jumped and you're like, I just have to swim really fast and this shark is not going to get me. And he's going to get you because this is the world of the shark. Um, they're literally created to go as fast as shit in that world, and you're not. And here is the world card. The world card in this case, I feel this is what you manifested. And that is a trigger, because what I'm hearing is there's so many people trying to do spell work and all kinds of stuff, and they go on these lines and they do all these rituals and whatever because they're going to manifest the perfect partner, the perfect world, the perfect whatever. But what they don't realize is that perfection is only to the degree that you are in. So it's the perfect version of you, but you don't like you because you're trying to find it outside of you. So then you're going to find somebody that doesn't like themselves too. And then it creates all this problem. Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Cups. I feel like this message is for you to do the work. We are currently highly influenced by Pluto, and Pluto will be sticking around all the way till October. I like Pluto. He is the energy of chaos. He is the energy of the underworld. He is the energy of Hades. And what he's showing you is you, the part of you you try to ignore by being um, scared, by being doubtful, by being worried, by having insecurities, etc., etc., etc. And then you put this mask on and you pretend everything's great and you're wonderful and everything's wonderful and, oh, I'm a saint. And you're given the opportunity at this point to see you, you through another person, you through that other group, you through another organization, you through this experience that is your lure, the candy. It's like all I keep seeing is like a pearl in the bottom of the ocean, and it's so expensive and it's so beautiful and it's so shiny. And you know what? To get to it is only that much swimming. And I see the shark, but he's so far away. And I can probably dip there, grab it, pull it, and just hustle and just get out and it'll be fine. Or, it reminds me of like Hansel and Gretel. And it's just, I'm just so hungry. And this entire house is candy. Um, I just keep feeling that. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is talking about the activation of your passions, of your desire. This is activating your desire. So I'm feeling like I'm talking to a person that for a long time felt very vanilla, right? Where life is just, right? And finally, this is a spark of excitement, of change that is entering your life. But it was always there. And this is going to, I always think that something bad that happens to us, it doesn't matter how horrendous it is. And I know some things are really horrendous because people can really be ugly with each other. Um, it awakens a part of you that has been dormant, that you let sleep, that you allowed to die. And then it allows you to awaken to who you really are. And this is a hard way to awaken, but sometimes we need a shock because, sometimes we don't wake up easy. We wake up because somebody kicks us in our ass, right? And this feels like that. In the bottom of the deck, we have the energy of, look at that, I got the strength again. We have the energy of the Six of Pentacles. This is to balance your energy, your world, your reality, because it's been out of balance. And then so that it awakens your sense of survival so that you can really obtain what you really want, which is the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So you can really receive what it is that you want for your life. This is literally to help you get what you want, because you did want that pearl, but you have to realize that the pearl was over there in that mountain, not underneath that sea. And so first we have to get burned before we realize, oh, I know the short trip is underneath the water, and to get that pearl, it seems like so much easier because it's less swimming instead of going to that way mountain and it's so much work. But that one is the actual pearl, and that was just a mirror of the pearl. And so that's the whole point, for you to focus on what you really want and not settle for something different just because it seems easier. And then you realize how alive you are and how much you want to survive. Actually, I saw this movie on Netflix. I forgot what it was called. But anyways, royal gist of the movie is lady has a kid, the kid dies, she feels guilty. She goes where the kid dies and she was about to kill herself. But lo and behold, she meets a psychopath serial killer. Well, then instead of just letting herself die, because that was the whole point, right? She went to that mountain to die, and this guy convinced her not to kill herself. And then he just happened to be a serial killer because he said, well, why you kill you? I can kill you, and then I have my enjoyment and I'm God for a minute, you know? Anyways, so and it's because the guy felt lame, like he felt like his life had no worth or value. And so when he saw one of his ex-girlfriends or whatever dying, um, he felt so powerful, like he was God for a moment. And from then he got that high of wanting to kill people. Anyways, this is a side note because psychos are psychos, doesn't matter what. And so going back to the subject at hand, that moment where he tried to kill her, she realized how much she didn't want to die. And the entire movie is a 24-hour survival story where she remembered why she wanted to live, why it's so important to stay here. And it was shocking. It was scary. She was near death. The entire time. I swear that movie was so suspenseful. First, I was start seeing it by myself, and then my husband got a glimpse of it, and he's like, "What the hell?" And then he sat next to me, and he's like, we were both like sitting there, like, "Holy crap, she's gonna die." Anyways, like throughout the entire movie. Anyway, and this is what this feels like. This feels like life is humdrum. Why am I still here? That I'm just going through the motions. This is fucking boring. And you meet a shark and they take you to the point where you're about to die. And then you realize why it's so important to live. And it awakens the passion inside of you. And you remember. And then you fight because you want to live. That's what this feels like, Scorpio. You want to live. This happens also to people when because it started with death. So you are being coming face to face with death, right? This also happens to people that have a near death experience, where they have a terminal illness that almost kills them. And then they realize, God, I've been stupid giving up this life for no reason. And then they just change, right? Or people that have like an accident or something. It's just like one of those moments where you're like, holy crap, I almost died. And then in that moment, you realize how important it is to be here. You realize how important it is to have this life, and then you do it. And then you really step into that light, and then stepped into that power, and you fucking do this bitch. And that's what I feel is happening. I just feel like you're really going to be confronting a really big fear. But sometimes we need it, right? Even though it's funny because some clients that I have that are frequent flyers, right? And we talk about different stuff. They tell me about something bad that happened to them. And I'm like, good. And now what? And they're like, I can't believe you always say good. And I'm like, yeah, but let's talk about the things you grew from this. Let's talk about the things you expanded from. Let's talk about the things that you learned. Let's talk about how that's going to change you. Let's talk about all this different stuff. Because if it wasn't for that event, you would have been vanilla.